About this book. This book is transcribed directly from a powerful multi-part sermon series delivered in a live church setting. It captures the raw, unpolished, and passionate delivery of a minister who preaches from personal experience, complete with moments of humor, prophetic urgency, and uncompromising truth. What began as a sermon starter became a life-changing message about the extraordinary power of our words. The speaker shares openly from his own journey, being healed when doctors could not, having a curse broken by a prophet sent from God, and witnessing revival break out when the church began to say rather than just pray. This is not a polished theological treatise, but a spirit-led mouth-to-ear proclamation meant to shake listeners out of religious complacency and into a new dimension of faith, authority, and confession. Part 1. Chapter 1. We are what we say. I am sharing this because I believe we need to hear it. This message came together in an unusual way. As I prayed, several ideas stirred at once, including one I had set aside long ago. I keep many unfinished sermon starters, messages that began as fragments and waited for the right moment. This was one of them. I often begin a message only to realize it is not going anywhere, so I set it aside. Still, I save those unfinished beginnings because you never know when one will fit later. This message was one of them. I had only written 2 or 3 paragraphs when something settled in my spirit and I knew, this is it. Tonight I want to talk about confession. The title is We Are What We Say. In many ways, we become what we continually speak. If you say something often enough, it begins to shape the direction of your life. Wrong confessions can imprison you. What you speak can place you in bondage. Right confessions, however, can set you free. We can live bound, or we can walk in freedom. If we constantly speak weakness, we will grow weaker. If we continually speak sickness, we may begin to live under its weight. If we keep confessing poverty, we can move deeper into lack. If we confess fear, that fear can grow. Whatever we continually confess tends to shape the course of our lives. That is why this matters. Some of us have developed a careless way of speaking. I have heard people say things like, "I'm losing my mind," or "I'm going blind," as though such words mean nothing. But even from childhood, we can speak things over ourselves that place us in unnecessary bondage. No matter how things look in the natural, and no matter what circumstances seem to say, all of us need healing in the area of our confession. It is often easier to tell your children, "I'm broke," or "I can't afford it," than to simply say no. But that does not help them. Sometimes children simply need to learn that no means no, because no is enough on its own. I also want to make this plain. One of the fastest ways to grow old is to keep talking about getting old. If you spend your days saying, "My eyes are not what they used to be," or "I can hardly get up anymore," you can talk yourself into decline. In many ways, people become as old as they continually tell themselves they are. Some people already consider me old. When you have been in ministry for 25 years, people begin to place you in that category. There was a time when I was known everywhere as the young minister. No one says that now. But I am not quick to accept labels that I do not believe God has placed on me. Our confession is powerful. In a sense, confession is like exercise. Whatever you keep using grows stronger.